It is the future, the year 2021, and Nintendo is playing with power.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to Game Bird Classic. It is 2021, and as a massive Nintendo fan, I am beyond excited as me and several others really believe this is going to be a golden year for the Nintendo Switch. Tons of games, some potential new hardware for Nintendo, and much more. That's what we're gonna dig into today. But real quick, if you guys enjoy this video, hit that like button, helps me out, and don't forget to smash that subscription button and smash that notification bell so you guys can see when I upload next. But without further ado, let's dig right in. So 2020 has come and gone, and for many, it was a rather disappointing year. There were no major juggernaut releases, no mainline Mario or Zelda game, and we didn't have any mainline directs all year. But looking back, the year was actually a lot better than many people think. I mean, we got games like Xenoblade Chronicles Remastered, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Paper Mario The Origami King, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, Mario 3D All-Stars, a collection of some of the most popular 3D Mario games. We got Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and one of the coolest Smash character announcements, Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. We even got some cool third-party releases like Doom Eternal, Immortals Phoenix Rising, and No More Heroes 1 and 2 on the eShop. Granted, a good portion of these releases are ports and remasters, but nevertheless, they're all worth owning, they're all worth playing, and if you haven't played some of these, you should definitely pick them up and try them out. But it is a new year, and I want to go over some of my predictions of what I think we can expect from Nintendo in 2021. We already know they're starting off the year pretty strong with titles like Super Mario 3D World Deluxe plus Bowser's Fury, a port of probably my favorite multiplayer Mario game. It was in one of the best Wii U games ever, hands down, and a game that a lot of people missed because sadly a lot of people didn't own a Wii U, so it's fantastic that this game is getting new life on the Switch, but it doesn't just end at a port. They're adding brand new content with Bowser's Fury and online multiplayer feature that is much wanted by the Nintendo community. That game lands on February 12th, and on February 26th, we're getting Bravely Default 2, an RPG from Square Enix. It's a fantastic RPG series, and on March 26th, we're getting Monster Hunter Rise from Capcom. That one is going to be a huge third-party seller for the Switch. It's going to be massive, I'm sure. Then there's also the confirmed games for 2021 that just don't have release dates yet, like No More Heroes 3 and Shin Megami Tensei 5. But whatever else is on the horizon is a big question mark right now. We do know that Nintendo has 3 big anniversaries landing this year, one for The Legend of Zelda, one for Pokemon, and one for Metroid. Now, the Zelda anniversary is huge. It's the 35th anniversary for the series, and we know that Breath of the Wild 2 is deep in development, and I guarantee you that that game is going to be landing by holiday of this year. It is the best way to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Zelda with a brand new title. I actually just did a video speculating Zelda's 35th anniversary. I'll leave a link to that in the description below for you guys to check out. But I also believe we could be getting some sort of a collection and a Skyward Sword HD remake that is also landing on its 10th anniversary this year, making it a big deal, and it is the game that definitely needs some love right now. We know Pokemon is going to be going big and celebrating Pokemon's 25th anniversary. They always do something really special. We know the brand new Pokemon Snap is being made, and a sequel to Detective Pikachu. I'm sure we'll be getting releases for both of those this year, and more announcements on that soon, as well as a rumored remake. Then there's Metroid hitting its 35th anniversary this year as well, and while I don't think it will be celebrated in the way that Zelda or Pokemon is, I wouldn't be surprised if we got some little treat, and I think that treat is going to be the Metroid Prime Trilogy HD collection on the Switch. It seems like a fantastic way to celebrate the series, but also to get people primed and pumped for Metroid Prime 4, which I think will be landing sometime next year in 2022, but I do think we'll also be seeing our first glimpse at what Metroid Prime 4 is, hopefully by E3 time of this year. We're also set to get some new Smash Ultimate characters revealed this year, and in a lot of ways, those Smash announcements are almost as big as game announcements themselves. It's anyone's guess who we're gonna get next. Sephiroth defied expectations of who will make it into Smash Brothers, but I want to make a prediction and say that the final character reveal is going to be fan favorite Waluigi. Now, I know he's kind of in the game already, but Sakurai is a huge troll, and it wouldn't surprise me as a final announcement, he finally gave fans what they wanted and dropped Waluigi into the game, just shocking the world. And then there are some of the teams that have been quiet, like Camelot, who makes the Mario sports games. We haven't had a new Mario sports game since Mario Tennis Aces, which came out a few years ago. What are they doing? Could we potentially see a new Mario Baseball or a brand new Mario Strikers? That would be really cool, and it wouldn't surprise me to see a brand new Mario sports game land sometime this year. There's also the Fire Emblem team. What have they been up to? Or what about the Mario Kart team? Now, I know Mario Kart 8 is selling like it's a brand new game still. They might not have a need to pump it out yet, as it's still selling like it came out yesterday, but it would be crazy to me. We're about halfway through the Switch's life cycle according to Nintendo. If we don't get one within the next couple years, it would be pretty strange. We've never had a Nintendo console that didn't have its own Mario Kart on it. This would be the first time if they milk Mario Kart 8 and then save Mario Kart 9 for whatever is next for Nintendo. I really believe we're going to get a Mario Kart 9. It might not be this year. I'd love to hear about it this year, but I definitely think we're going to get it nonetheless. Another thing that we haven't heard about for a while that's due for new content and new updates is the Nintendo Switch Online service. Now we have the NES Online and the Super NES Online, which allow you, with your subscription, to play a large library of games from those two consoles, and it's time they update that and add in Game Boy. I really feel like Game Boy is the next step forward. I can't see Nintendo adding Nintendo 64 or GameCube games to that service while keeping it at $20 a year where it is now. In fact, what I think would be a really cool idea for them is to keep the NES, do the Super Nintendo still, and add Game Boy and leave that as the online free library as long as you're subscribing, and then make an announcement that they're going to be adding N64 games and GameCube games, maybe even Wii through a virtual console where you could pay anywhere from 10 to 20 or 25 bucks depending on which console. Maybe $10 for N64 games, or $15 to $20 for GameCube games, $20 to $25 for Wii. I don't know, but I just can't see them adding those consoles to that free library of games with your paid service. And I also feel like not only would gamers be stoked to have those games available for purchase, but Nintendo would greatly benefit. They have the greatest library, the greatest back catalog of games throughout history. Throw them on the shop, people will buy them. The timing just feels right, and I definitely think we are in store for an update to the service this year. There was also no true mainline direct in 2020, something that I think will change this year. I really believe we're going to see the return of a traditional full-length direct. Now, I fully believe that the pandemic was a driving force of Nintendo stepping back from that format and giving us more mini partner showcase directs, none of which really reached the heights of a true direct. But with big games like the sequel of Breath of the Wild, it makes a lot of sense for a mainline direct to make its official return this year. Now this brings us to the long rumored Switch Pro or new Switch revision. And I've done a couple videos on this already, and that's because I firmly believe that this is something that's in the works and something that's coming very soon. I do believe that we're going to be getting an announcement for this year. The timing feels right. It almost feels like now or never. We have two brand new competitor consoles out, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, and while the Nintendo Switch is still selling insane amounts and breaking records. The console was the best-selling console for 24 months straight. The Switch is on fire. It has been unstoppable. But the problem is, as development really ramps up for this new hardware, it's going to be harder and harder for third parties to justify developing their third-party games on the Nintendo Switch. Now, we'll still, of course, get certain special third-party games, and I assume Nintendo will do some collaboration titles like they've done in the past. I actually fully expect we'll get a Mario and Rabbids sequel from Ubisoft. That was an amazing partnership. But the fact is, big AAA third parties, it's already a challenge to put it on the Switch, and it's only going to get harder from here on out. The timing is right, and Nintendo needs to jump on this. They don't want to be late to it. They say Switch is halfway through its life cycle. Well, if the Switch has 4 more years of life in it, a hardware revision, just a little extra oomph. This doesn't have to be a crazy powerhouse. It doesn't have to match the new next-gen consoles that are out, but something that just gives it a little bit more of a boost to make it easier for these developers to put their games on it and to make it more attractive to the core gamer is only going to benefit the company. I'm going to leave a link to my most recent Switch Pro discussion video in the description box below so you guys can check it out. I go over more in depth than what I think the Switch Pro could be or might be, so definitely check that out. It's a fun video. But what do you guys think? What are your expectations? What are your predictions for 2021? Do you think the Switch is going to have a killer year like I do? Let me know in the comment section below. I want to hear about it. And hey, as always, I will see you guys on the next GameBird Classic. Peace. What are you doing? I still have tons more videos that you need to check out right now. You can start with this one or this one. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.